From the grocery store to the hospital, it's been a topic of discussion for close to 8 months now in the Minnesota legislature. How to provide a pay boost for frontline workers. That discussion continued this week with a new development. A bill for frontline worker pay sponsored by Representative Cedric Frazier of New Hope passed one Minnesota House committee on a 9-4 vote this week. The bill has some bipartisan support in the DFL-led House, but there are questions on whether it will make it out of the Republican-led Senate.
We call them heroes, but so far we've given them nothing but hollow words and thanks.
That's Representative Frazier referring to the frontline workers included in his bill, which includes a wide range of industries from nurses and child care workers to meatpacking plant employees and jail workers. The bill would provide $1,500 to frontline workers who meet certain criteria and income requirements. The money would come out of the state's $7 billion surplus. A Robbinsdale hospital nurse testified during the committee hearing to get the bill passed.
We've got a chance to recognize our small contribution to society. And something, you don't have to call me an angel, you don't have to call us heroes. But what we would like is just a little recognition for the work that we continue to do. Because I'll tell you what, right now out there, the morale is at its lowest point. And this is exactly what we need, pass House File 2900.
The bill is estimated to impact 667,000 frontline workers. Last year, the Minnesota legislature failed to pass a frontline worker bonus pay due to disagreement over eligibility requirements. This week, we're learning more about the impact of COVID-19 on schools. The Minnesota Department of Health released information on the spike of cases that occurred after the holidays and how it disrupted the classroom. According to state health data, 20 schools in the northwest suburbs experienced a spike in COVID cases following the Christmas and New Year's holidays. The data show the 20 schools impacted reported at least 5 cases of COVID-19 involving students or staff. The figures do not necessarily mean the virus was transmitted in schools, but only that people were infectious while in the building. The health department also reports that at least 10 schools in the northwest suburbs had at least 10 cases, including Champlin Park, Maple Grove, Osseo, and Park Center high schools. The data are from a 2-week reporting period ending on January 22nd. There is some good news to come out of this week's data. The report on Thursday shows the test positivity rate for COVID has plummeted. It's now down to 13.6%, which is still high, but much lower than the 23% record peak reported last month. Healthcare workers have been on the front lines of the pandemic, and the expressions of gratitude that we saw early on during COVID have waned. So Allina Health has launched a campaign to encourage people to send notes of gratitude to healthcare workers. The public is invited to send notes, drawings, or cards to care teams, and they will be shared across the Allina Health system. We have more information on this campaign posted on our website. Several parks in the northwest suburbs will receive some significant upgrades thanks to a new round of Hennepin County youth sports grants awarded this week. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more on the local impact.
Shannon, the Hennepin County Youth Sports Grant Program has been in place since 2009, with money being raised from the sales tax that paid for the Twin Stadium. One park that's going to benefit during this latest round of funding is the Fair School Park in Crystal, which is getting a new soccer field.
We're excited about the project at Fair School Park because soccer is one of those sports that we don't have enough space for. The school wants to do a competitive after-school soccer program, and they don't really have a good enough field. Plus, during the summer, we have a lot of soccer field use, and we don't have enough fields to meet the demand.
Hennepin County is awarding an $80,000 youth sports grant to help fund the new soccer field at the Fair School Park. The city of Crystal will kick in another $30,000. Construction will begin this summer, and the hope is that kids can begin using the new field in 2023. Since the Youth Sports Grant Program began in 2009, Hennepin County has awarded more than $29 million to help fund facilities, playgrounds, and equipment needs.
The economic impact of this program has really created huge inroads. It's helped health throughout all of our communities, and it's created real opportunities to reduce disparities, help smaller organizations, and help get kids happy, healthy, and access to different programming.
Meanwhile, Robbinsdale was another local community that benefited. They received money to make improvements to Lee Park, and they received another grant to fund equipment for kids in the Armstrong Fast Pitch Softball Association. Shannon?
A church currently meeting in Plymouth has plans to build in a residential area in Minnetonka, and that plan is meeting resistance from neighbors. Brook Church, a multi-site church with locations all across the metro, wants to build a West Metro campus on Wayzata Boulevard, just west of Interstate 494. The church is currently hosting services at Wayzata High School in Plymouth on Sundays. Plans call for a 60,000 square foot building with a 1,200 seat auditorium. There is currently a petition against building the church at that location that has gathered almost 600 signatures. Residents have also voiced concerns over traffic. The Winter Olympics in Beijing are well underway, and seniors out at Trillium Woods in Plymouth have been competing in their own version of the Olympic Games.
It's a competitive fever, yes there is, but the most important part is we have a lot of fun with it too.
More than 80 residents participated in this year's week-long celebration of games and activities. 10 teams of residents, each representing a different country, are competing.
We look at it here at Trillium as having the opportunity to make sure that we take care of what we call 8 degrees of wellness. And part of that is the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, and then an opportunity to come together as a community.
Besides ping pong, they have been snowshoeing, they've thrown snowballs, and Wednesday they even had hockey. The closing ceremony is on Friday, February 11th.